Hey guys, it's Gigi. Welcome to my kitchen. Come on in and let me tell you what we're going to make together today. We are going to make some chicken fajitas. That's what we're going to be having for supper tonight. So that's what we're going to cook together today. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my cute little board from my stove. I'm going to get my big handy dandy iron skillet, and I'm going to get some heat up under it, doing like a medium high heat. Forgot to get my oil. Let me get my oil. I'm going to be using some avocado oil. Okay, I'm going to put a good probably 2 tablespoons of avocado oil in there. And what I've done so far is I have cut up, y'all know I love my Springer Mountain Farm chicken, so I have cut up 4 chicken breasts into fajita slices. We're going to use some different seasonings. I've got some fajita seasoning. I've got some of my Kinder's salt, pepper, garlic blend. I've got some garlic. I've got some salsa. And I have already, for the sake of time, I have already cut up my peppers. I'm just using multicolored bell peppers. And I've got a large onion sliced. And guys, we are going to cook some fajitas together today. So let's get started. By putting our chicken in. Let me grab my little tongs over here. Slide this out of the way. Tried to have everything prepared ahead of time, so I'd be organized. Okay, so let me just take one piece and see. I'm getting the sizzle. So we're gonna add our chicken into our hot cast iron pan. And like I said, I cut up 4 chicken breasts. Depending on the size of your chicken breast, you can do 4 to 6. I will post my recipe for my fajitas. I have been making these fajitas for years. When I say that, probably 25, 35 years, okay? We all love them. My children, my grandchildren love them. So we're gonna start by just getting all of our chicken into our pan. What I love about this is a 1-pan deal. I use my largest cast iron pan. Now I do have a long cast iron griddle that I can lay on top of I just didn't need that much today. This will be, my husband and I'll eat off of this for several days. But I do have, if I had all the kids and grandkids here, I'd probably have this and my cast iron flat griddle. All of it going. Okay, that's all of our chicken. So I am going to, I don't think that I touched any of the chicken, but I'm going to go ahead and take this to the sink and give my hands a wash, okay? Now we're just going to let this chicken begin to cook up in our pan. And we're going to go ahead, let me get my spoon rest over here. We're going to go ahead and do our fajita seasoning. Now you can use whatever fajita seasoning. You can have homemade fajita seasoning. You can buy fajita seasoning. I keep a variety. You can also buy the McCormick packs of chicken fajita, whatever fajita seasoning that you like, okay? You just want to use about 2 tablespoons. Or if you're doing the McCormick, 1 packet. Of course, if you add more chicken, you want to add more seasoning. I'm going to add just a little bit more oil. Just want to move that chicken around so that we get all of those seasonings on all the chicken. And guys, I'm just going to let this cook until our chicken is cooked through. I'm going to turn my heat up just a tad. I want to keep it between a medium to medium high. I'm going to let that cook up, and then when I come back, we'll move on. While our chicken is continuing to cook, I'm going to take 1 lemon. I've rolled it so it's nice and squishy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some lemon juice to our chicken from a half of a lemon. Get that lemon juice infused into that chicken. And then a lot of times what I'll do is once I add my vegetables and my onions and peppers and all that, I'll squeeze the other half of the lemon in with once I put the vegetables in. Okay, we're going to let those continue cooking. Okay, we're going to add some garlic, minced garlic. Maybe about a tablespoon of garlic in there. I'm also going to add some of my Kinder's blend. I know I've added the fajitas, but I just like to make sure that I've got a lot of good flavors in there. So this is just salt, pepper, and garlic seasoning. We want to stir that garlic and that seasoning in with our chicken. We're just letting it continue to cook up with those flavors, and we are just adding flavor to the layers. I just like to add seasonings and flavor to each step of my fajitas, okay? All right. What we're going to add next is I like to buy the Mateos. This is salsa. Now, I'm using the mild. You can use medium or hot according to your taste buds, okay? But this is a 2 tablespoon scoop, and I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of salsa added to my fajitas. This is smelling so good, guys. So far we've added our oil to our pan, about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, give or take. And we added our chicken fajita slices into there, where I had taken 4 chicken breasts and cut them up in fajita slices. Added my fajita seasoning, added some extra seasonings, my Kinder's blend of salt, pepper, and garlic. I added some minced garlic. I added 2 tablespoons of salsa, and so far I've squeezed a half of a lemon. And so we've just been letting this cook, and our chicken has thoroughly cooked all the way through. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our vegetables. And go ahead and toss that lemon out of our way and pull our vegetables over closer. Now the way that I will serve these once they're done is we will serve them on flour tortilla shells, and I have some queso cheese that we like to pour over our fajitas. Sometimes I'll even do a little side of lettuce, pico de gallo, just different sides that you can serve up with this. Squeeze of lime. There's just a lot of different ways, but right now I'm just focused on the fajitas themselves, but you can serve them many different ways. I love sour cream. And then we do some chips and salsa on the side. So right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our vegetables in. And this is where I do the other half of the lemon juice. And I do a little bit of the Kinder's blend on top of my vegetables. And we'll just begin to let those vegetables soften and get tender in our fajitas. And we will mix all of that up together. Let me see if I can get my gloves out. This cast iron skillet is hot, but it's heavy by itself. But when you add all of this to it, it really does get heavy. But I want to show it to y'all. Y'all look at that. So, guys, we're just going to let these vegetables continue to cook in with our chicken. We'll come back. Okay. I'm going to show them to you one more time. And then I am turning my heat all the way down on my lowest setting. And I am going to pop this lid on there. And I'm just going to let them simmer for a while because it's not quite time for my husband to be home. But these will be nice and tender. And then I will fix up a plate. I will come back and I will sample them with you and I'll show you how we're going to serve these. But I wanted to show them to you one more time up close and give you a steam bath. But these are going to be delicious. This is a family favorite. And shh, don't tell anybody, but these are going to make it into the cookbook. So I'm going to pop this lid on. Just going to let them stay nice and warm. And when it gets closer to the time, I'll come back and I'll sample them with you. Okay, guys. Our fajitas are done. We're about to prepare us one. But I want to show them to you first. It's almost getting off time for my honey, and he is going to be thrilled with fajitas because, like I said, we love these. So let's fix this one and give it a taste test, okay? So what I'm going to be using for me is I've got the keto, let me see, the keto flour tortillas. That's the ones I'm going to be using. And all I did was sometimes I'll put it on my iron skillet, butter it on each side, and just grill it a little bit. But today I just warmed it up a little bit in my microwave. Okay, and so I'm going to just take a little bit of the fajita. I'm going to get some chicken and some peppers and some onions and put them on my little tortilla shell. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of my salsa, and I'm going to put a little bit of salsa on here, just a little extra salsa. And then I've also, let me show you what kind I'm using. I just got some of this. I just heated it up, put me a little bit, because I'm just making one to sample with y'all. But this is the ponchos. This is just the white queso cheese dip. Now, you can take white American cheese with a little milk or heavy cream and melt it down. You can make your own cheese sauce. Add jalapenos to it. I've done it both ways. But today I'm using the white queso, okay? I take it out. I don't like to heat it in. I know it's what it tells you to do, but I don't like to heat it in the plastic. So I put mine in a little glass container, and I just heated me up a little bit for my fajita. But I'm going to take, and I'm going to drizzle that cheese over my fajita. Okay? Some of that white queso. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add me a little bit of sour cream. So to this, we've added some salsa, some queso, and some sour cream. So now we just have to give it a taste, which, like I said, I've been making this for many years, so I know exactly what it tastes like. But I want you to see me take a bite. Guys, I told y'all, this is a family favorite. So delicious with so much flavor. That is fantastic. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Let me grab my drink. It's been a minute since we've had these, because it's been a minute since I fixed these. But they're always a family favorite when I do. Absolutely fantastic. So, guys, you want to try these. I'll attach my recipe with it for you, okay? But listen, before I go, can I encourage you to be the hands and feet of Jesus? Be his mouthpiece. Share his loving kindness with somebody today, okay? You won't have to look far to find somebody who stands in need of some kindness and to be told that Jesus loves them. So make you some of these fajitas, enjoy them one night, fix them for your family, and I know that they'll enjoy them just like my family has down through the years. But we'll be back again soon. We'll cook up another recipe together, okay? This is Gigi. I love you guys. Bye-bye.